Hello everybody and welcome to my video. Today I will be reviewing WandaVision Episode 1. I'll try not to include any heavy spoilers in this video in case you haven't seen the show yet. I'll just kind of give the premise away, nothing too much more. Of course, you should probably watch the first episode of WandaVision before you watch my video if you want to know nothing about it beforehand, so, I'll be giving some stuff away. If you want to go into it knowing nothing, don't watch this video yet, but I'll try not to give anything too crucial away. Also, we'll be reviewing the second episode, and that video should be up in a few hours after you're watching this. I haven't even watched the second episode yet, but, if you want to check that video out, it'll be up soon. So, I thought that the first episode was a great start to the series. It was a little weird getting used to something completely different in the MCU, but I thought it was good. This episode overall was great. I love the intro song to this. It's really cool and I just love the retro feeling of it. Honestly, I like the retro feeling of this entire episode. The black and white is kinda weird to get used to, but once I got used to it, I really liked it. I really appreciated that Marvel tried something new here, and I thought it paid off. It was something new and unique, and since this is the first MCU content we're getting, I think, since Spider-Man Far From Home, I was glad it was something new. They could have just went back to the old of what they've been doing, but they tried something new here, and I think it paid off. And there isn't much combat in this episode either, and you'd think that would be a bad thing, but no, this was much more focused on the characters. It's sort of like how The Mandalorian focuses a lot more on the characters and action. Like, there's still plenty of action, but they have a lot more character-central moments than the normal Star Wars movies. And I feel like WandaVision, this whole episode was that really, and that was awesome. This is just cool and different. The biggest action, actually, is when Vision's boss was waiting for dinner, which was a huge change of pace compared to how the MCU usually is just so action-packed, and like the fate of a world hangs in the balance. This episode was just a fate on a job improvement, It was weird, but that was cool. This is a small spoiler, so skip ahead like 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this, but when Vision's boss chokes on the food, that was super intense. I had no idea what was going on, and it revealed a lot about the show, and just there being something going on that's not right. Something's off. I'm just super excited to see Wanda and Vision become more developed as characters, because they just seem kinda boring. In the movies. I know some people don't feel that way, but they just seem very flat characters and basic and just there to be there. But now I think they're gonna get a chance to become much more well-liked, and I liked them even more just after this first episode. So I'm excited to see at the end of this if I like them more. I think I will, just, because there's more about them, they're more developed, and that's great. There aren't too many things in the middle about this episode that I kinda liked, I don't like. Normally the bad is sort of in between. It's not like something I hate, it's just something I don't really like, but there's not much of that in this episode. But I don't like the retro black and white feeling at first, even though I said, it was cool. I did like it after a few minutes, but it was just a weird adjustment. The episode wouldn't have felt the same without it, it wouldn't have had that theme of being retro, and I appreciate it, but it definitely took a few minutes for me to get used to. Also, I'm not a huge fan of Catherine Hahn's character. She's like the nosy neighbor. I don't think she has an actual name, but she's just a little eccentric. It does admittedly fit the sitcom theme, so I'm on the fence about this one, but I thought she was annoying. I think that the whole premise of this episode was pointless. If Wanda is this incredibly powerful being who can do so much, why can't she just spawn in a meal for the guests? We see her make wedding rings magically appear for her and Vision. Why can't she do that with food? I mean, I don't know her powers that well, maybe they don't work that way, but it just seems like she would be able to do that without any problem. I don't know, again, I don't understand her powers, I don't know that much about it, but it just seems like it was lazy writing. I don't know. It's hard, though, to write that kind of stuff, because that's what happens with a lot of, super powerful beings. You write your way into, a corner there. they can't face too many struggles unless it's against another super powerful being, and this is just Vision's boss. So it's weird to write there, and to fit the sitcom theme, it's kind of hard. I hope that's not an issue that'll happen in later episodes, but I think it might be. But again, I don't know how her powers work. Also, this episode is 30 minutes on paper, which doesn't seem bad. Like, that's a good amount. But that is until you take into account the 7 minutes of credits, and the first probably 2 minutes of the show being the intro. So that's about 9 minutes of nothing. It's not the show, it's just credits and the intro, which is cool, but the intro doesn't carry the story. So I was just disappointed that this episode seemed like it was going to be half an hour, but it turned out to be so much less. Anyway, I liked the first episode of this show. I really recommend you guys check it out if you have Disney+. If you don't have it, maybe wait until the season is over and binge it and start a free trial, I don't know. This episode has a really cool retro feeling and it's unique, but the premise of having issues cooking a dinner was kind of dumb since, like, Scarlet Witch is a super powerful being, and I did it if she couldn't use her powers, but no, who's here to use them? So I just thought it was kind of dumb in my opinion. But I still like this a lot when you put all that aside, and I rate this episode an 8.5 out of 10. I'm excited to watch the second one. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because it would really mean a lot. Oh, and also, I'm going to be doing every Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be posting my review for the latest WandaVision episode, so hopefully you guys like this, because it's going to be a lot of my content. But, you know, if you guys don't like it, I'll go back to what I've been doing. But just make sure to tell me if there are any movies or shows you'd like to see me review next, because I'll still be reviewing them mainly every Monday or so. But I will see you all in the next video. Stay safe, guys.